Hello, my super beautiful, lovely souls. Hello, Capricorn. It's your season. So, we're going to do some messages from your guides about love or your soul connections like twin flame, soulmate, romantic connections to help you to make your love soar. We're going to ask guides. So, if you're into that and you're interested, this could be angels or guides or even ancestors communicating with you today. We're going to talk about what energy you might be carrying for love, towards love, in love, something your guides have been trying to tell you. Guides try to get our attention, and sometimes we will ignore subtle hints or we're not aware of subtle hints. Something that they want you to maybe release or surrender that will help you heal or be open to more love, bringing more love into yourself. Ways they're trying to get you to open up to more love, and messages that they might have for you about love in the past, the now, and in the future. So if you'd like to hear all these messages, please stay tuned. And let's get right into this. So what energy are you carrying when it comes to love, when it comes to your connections with either your soulmate, your twin, someone now, someone from the past? What energy are you carrying when it comes to love? And we're getting conflict and pessimism. So in love, Capricorn, it could be that love might be a very conflicted thing for you because you want it, but you don't want to get hurt. And from the past, it could be that it was you didn't want to get hurt or you were hurt. So it has now left you feeling conflicted and feeling pessimistic, where you are no longer a glass is a full person. You're a glass half empty, half full. You are now a half empty. It could be that this is the way love has taught you to be. You may have not ever been paired with a proper partner that lifted you or uplifted you or made you feel free to express your love. It could be that you were with partners in the past that caused you conflict, that you fought a lot with. It could be that you might have learned to keep a more pessimistic attitude so you wouldn't have to get disappointed or put too much energy into something that you weren't sure wasn't going to pay out or be, what you expected. Like when you're growing crops or a garden and only half of your garden grows versus the whole garden. And that would upset you or make you feel a little bit pessimistic about giving it a try again, let's just say next year. Sort of an example of how love can be and how it can grow if you give it the right things. And if you don't, it can just turn over and sort of turn to weeds and die. So I feel like this is a little bit of what you're carrying. Could be either interrupting your connection with your twin flame or your soulmate, or interrupting your connection with the current partner you're with, or someone that you care about, someone that you like, that you want to try to be with, or people from the past. Or you could be single carrying this energy, which, someone else might pick up on it. They might pick up on this and it may, deter them. So let's talk about something that your guides have been trying to tell you or get your attention about. What is something that your guides have been trying to tell you or get your attention about? Self-love, okay? They want you to do whatever it takes to really love yourself and embrace yourself, including your flaws. Now, what flaws? We don't like to say we have flaws. We all have them. So I feel like a long, long time ago, you might have been diminished about self-love. You may have spent your love unwisely or with someone that didn't reciprocate your love in the proper way. And it has now sort of, I feel like, dampened you a little bit. Your guides want you to know this glob of meat all around us is not real. What's real is inside is our soul. So if your soul is a little bit troubled or a little bit muddy because there's been some disappointment in the past and you now carry these energies, you will not be able to love yourself. So they're concerned for that. They want you to try to sort of raise the bar a little bit on the pessimism and try to see things in a better light, in a happier light, in a more grounded light, and look to yourself what you really maybe don't like about yourself. If you can do that, it takes a very strong person to do that, and start to purge out the way that you may have thought about yourself in the past or thought about the way you interacted with others, and also be open to what you want to receive. Self-love has to do with what you want to receive. You have to sort of say, I'm a being of love and light. I am someone that deserves whole love. I am someone that deserves to be treated with attentiveness and loving and caring and compassion. So if you've never encountered that or had it in the past and then everything got all effed up and you're here now in the now, and the self-love is so important. It's pretty much what Spirit wants you to know is a main point in your life, something to work on, something to do, and to embrace yourself. They want you to embrace yourself. Spirit is very big on that. And I feel like it will come for you. And I do feel like sometimes this is in cycles where you have really, really good times and feelings about yourself and love. And then you have times where you're a little more like dreary about it. Okay? What is something that they want you to release or surrender? What is something that they want you to release or surrender? And we're getting surrender to addiction. So whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Sometimes just the things we're stuck on is almost like an addiction. So if we're stuck in our ways, it's almost like we're addicted to the way we are, the way we behave, the way we are as a being. It could be too that there is some issues with other things, substances. You know, we are consumers. As a species, we are consumers. So it's easy to get drawn to one particular thing or two particular things that bring us comfort and raise our pessimism to more positive and make us not feel so conflicted. We can comfort ourselves with some things. So it might be that you're just using something to comfort yourself and you're maybe not even aware of it. Something else that they might want you to surrender. And they're saying surrender your attachment to results. So the formula for success to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can and will sabotage it. So it's also accessing the law of attraction and the universal laws. There's like 105 of them. So if you think that you're always going to attract negative to you, that's what's going to keep being sent to you, because your thoughts are so powerful. Your words are powerful. Your words have a vibration. Your thoughts have a vibration. The universe is mainly mental, if you think about it. So if you're thinking negatively, you're always going to attract negatively. If you're thinking positive, you're going to attract more positive. When you're worried about the what ifs and what's going to happen and what's the outcome, and you worry, like let's just say you have to have a surgery or something and you're worried, you're actually putting your body through so much stress, it will not be able to maybe recover the right way or heal the right way, if that makes any sense. So letting go of the what ifs and the attachment we have to wanting something to happen frees up us to actually have more power, because then we're not allowing that to control us. So that is something that they would like you to try to work on and surrender. Okay, so let's talk about ways that they're trying to help you open up to love. Ways that your guides are trying to help you open up to love. So with the energy oracle, we're getting all tied up. They may want you to know that you are not open at this time because of all these other issues. So it's like, try to untie, like we were saying, any attachment to any type of results at all. So if you're trying to get over your past with an ex and you sort of have let some of these things stay tied to you, like maybe things they said to you that were unfavorable, or maybe some situations that played out that were very painful. Spirit is saying that you're allowing this to tie you up. Spirit is saying that you're allowing this to stop you from growing, to stop you from having more meaningful connections. So they're trying to help you to open up a little bit more. They may send you thoughts sometimes, or you might hear a song or see a movie or a symbol or something that means something to you. So pay attention. I feel like Spirit just wants you to know to not stay tied to anything of the past. And I am sorry for that little blip that occurred, and we're still talking about this card. So yeah, they want you to realize this, that You may have some ties to negative thoughts or negative ways that people maybe made you feel, or ways that you made yourself feel about relationships or about love in the past. So they're trying to help you to open up to that a bit. And also blossoming abundance, to know that once you start to put the energy on yourself and really love yourself, like start to just love your flaws, start to just be happy with yourself, start to just know how good you are, know how smart you are. Take the things that you really, really like about yourself and put them at the forefront instead of the negative ones, and start to project that, because Spirit is saying you have all this opportunity to develop, all this opportunity to be happy, all this opportunity to bloom and sort of like revitalize like spring. I'm getting a sense that you will be working through all of these issues and getting to a state where it's like winter now and all these things are dying off from you, and then you're going to be in a new period where you're just blossoming, you're just open to things, you're just happier, you're carrying an energy of life and rebirth and like a regenerated sort of energy. And I think that that is beautiful. And I can kind of sense like maybe in the next 3 months or so, I feel like you'll be coming out of a funk a little bit. Some of these energies will be dying off and you'll just be sort of very fresh. And that's what Spirit wants for you. That's what your guides want for you. Okay. So let's get into a message that they have for you about love in the past, the now, the future. So what's a message that they have for you about love in the past, love in the now, love in the future? So in the past, I feel like you might have had almost like strict rules about the way you thought a relationship should be. I feel like you're also commitment oriented and really want that commitment, like the marriage commitment or the engagement commitment, traditional commitment, if that makes any sense. I feel like you also had to learn from your past relationships and learn from sort of what you thought, I don't know, what you had instilled into you. I feel like you learned a lot about that. Like you might have had parents that were always like, I want you to get married and then have a kid and then get a house. Like these very traditional, very rule regulated type ways. I feel like you had to learn a little bit about that. I also feel like you may have had a karmic lesson here with a partner from the past, a younger partner, somebody that was an earth sign. So a Capricorn, another Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo. Not sure if that resonates. I'm throwing it out there. Spirit wants me to say it. If it doesn't, that's also fine. Don't worry about it. I'm feeling like in the now, you're kind of like this energy, like I don't know what way to go. It's like more turning for the better, but you're also worried that it's going to turn for the worst again. So you're in sort of a restless energy. Coming into the now, the future going into the future, I feel like you will be renewed. I feel like you'll have a new sense of love, a new sense of what you want, new desires. I feel like it'll come to a point where you'll have these things, but you won't know what to do with them, or who to offer them to, or what to offer them over. So if it's over your twin, I feel like you may have needed a separation, or you may have needed a time period where you sort of have to learn on your own about things and they sort of have to learn on their own about things. And I feel like if it's just with a soulmate or a partner, or just with like a person you're with that you don't know about the future or commitments, I feel like that will all come. I feel like everybody sort of has to have a little bit of a rocky period to appreciate what they have and appreciate what they're learning. And then I feel like we're coming into an energy anyway in 2020 where it's more about challenges, really, like how we're going to deal with challenges, how we're going to deal with disruptions, how we're going to deal with going from a industrial era into a technology era, more of a technology era. I feel like there will be very specific adjustments for you about timing, about love, about patience, about family. I feel like all these things are going to come to you because it's really, really what you want at your forefront. I feel like you want a traditional kind of like a happy ending, like life, like where, you know, everything comes together and you're committed and you can work towards a future together. I feel like all in all, you really just want a good, strong, solid partner, somebody that sees eye to eye with you, somebody that can sort of calm the conflict within you, and give you the attention that you so deserve and desire. I feel like that will all come for you. To me, the future, I feel like, even like I said, springtime, there's a sense of renewal for you, and you're like a different person. I feel like also that spirit wants you to know to go back to sort of your childhood and teenage years and look at something that caused you grief or upset that took you a long, long time to get over it and compare it to now. That's what I'm being led to tell you. Okay? So that's going to do it for today. I will pull one more card for the energy, and hopefully this will help you going into 2020. And we're going to either release or adopt. Release fear, okay? So going back to your past, there is something about the past I'm picking up that spirit wants you to know. It could be part of a karmic lesson. It could be part of something that was a karmic relationship. It could be something that you're fearful of the future, like where you're going to be or who you're going to be with. Spirit wants you to release any fears and find courage to adopt any new type of like energies or policies that are going to help you move to a more elevated, renewed, because I do feel like renewed sense, and you will be learning lessons, valuable lessons. I'm getting, or you already have learned so many valuable lessons. So spirit wants you to revert back to your past to remind yourself that. All right.